Come back with me to paradise. Welcome back, it's time for paradise. Well, Chantel, why you blocking me, blocking me? Oh, Lord, my girl, she's just all over the place. Oh, Chantel, look, I'm trying to do a video, baby. Trying to do a video. I still ain't got her spaded, y'all, but I'm going to get her spaded tomorrow. I have the money. I keep buying toys. No, baby, I got to do a video. Okay, sorry, gang, I've been wasting minutes. But, she made me forget what I was about to say. Anyways, thank y'all for coming back. Let me forget what I was about to say. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Boy with the Payments of the Toys. Al recorded from his own paradise. Please all make sure you like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Boy with the Payments of the Toys. Please all make sure you like, share, subscribe to your family, your friends, and all of your enemies. Also follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram. I have been uploading on there, and I told myself that I'm going to start doing some activities on there, like live streams, openings myself. I'm getting back in the group of things, everybody. Just be patient with me. I'm trying to get better than what I was before at this technology. And Chantel, you gotta go over her. Anyways, so today we're going to do a Multiverse, DC Multiverse Day. This is going to be based on the Lex Luthor and Baby Kaiju. I guess it's the Superman movie. I'm going to be honest with y'all. This is just my opinion. That Superman movie was CGI horrible. It had a horrible storyline. I don't like Superman looking like a punk. I don't like him looking like he's getting bullied. This is Superman. The only thing that can bully him is kryptonite. And Lois Lane, you know. I'm just saying. So, for them to, that movie, I watched probably the first 45 minutes of it, and I was just devastated. I said, no. And someone actually let me have it on Blu-ray, and I handily said, hey, I'll give you some money if you take it back. But enough about that. That's just my opinion. Go see it for yourself. I want everybody to have their entitled to their own endurement of opinion and discernment and your choice of whichever you want to watch and read, whatever. Anyway, so this is the Deluxe Theatrical Edition version right here. And Lex Luthor, my favorite version of Lex Luthor, I do not know why, was the early 90s Superman cartoon. I don't know if he was melanated or if he was just... who played him? Who's the guy that played all the voices on cartoons back in the day? What? Samuel Jackson was a Morgan Freeman. That one guy, I can't think of his name, but it's on the tip of my tongue. But he played in a lot of things. Kind of underrated actor. Anyways, so they got a nice little artwork. I like the box set and everything. When I think of Lex Luthor, I think of a man that I'm intimidated by. Whether he's young, or he's middle-aged, or he's older. So, me reading comic books over the years, I've always been a big Superman fan. I look at this guy, I don't know if it was Mr. Rosenberg, whatever that guy's name is. I can't think of the actor's name that played as him in the movie. But this guy doesn't intimidate me. Not even in the series. Smallville and all of that. I just felt like the cartoon version of him was the scariest. Was the most intimidating. That's sad. A cartoon was intimidating. So there's a little nice little AI, I guess a real live action picture of Superman. And to me, the best Superman of all time was Christopher Reeve. And I did like, I can't think of that guy's name. I know Terry Hatcher played as Lois Lane. But I thought he was a decent Superman because him and Terry Hatcher had some type of chemistry. And I thought she was the perfect, her and Margot Kidder was the perfect Lois Lane, not the blondes. Anyways, so let's get this bad boy open and see if I like him or not. I can't tell if I like him or not. Okay, so before I open this box up, I just want to show everybody the artwork. Again, he doesn't scare me. If the man was to kidnap me, I would just be like, fight me! Come on, fight me! I dare you! I'll throw that little Lilo and Stitch little creature at him. That's what he looked like. But, you know, just giving everybody a feel of what the box looks like. Let's get it open real quick. Let me quit running my mouth. So, honestly, before I, go in effect and talk about this Steve Wilkos, Mr. Clean, some bald guy from a sitcom. I ain't making fun of nobody with bald head because I wish I had the right shape head to be bald. Because I'll be bald. I hate hair. I hate getting a haircut every week. Sometimes every 4 days. Anyways, he does come with 2 sets of hands. So let's be fair about that. I never really been a fan of the DC Multiverse. I need to put some lotion on my hands after the shower. Anyways, never been a fan of their hands. I feel like their hands kind of get lost in the shuffle a little bit if you like open the package. They tape them down. I know the old figures from back in the day they never taped the hands down on the package, but they got these ones taped now, so that's fair enough. Now he does come with 2 different head sculpts, and I'm gonna zoom in on his head real quick. Better yet, let me do that now. So my thing is, what is these facial expressions? I guess he's besmirched on the right, and then on the left, it looks like it's the same kind of facial expression. But we're gonna, compare and contrast. So normally, a lot of these multiverse figures don't come with different selections of heads unless there's some type of creature and they got a pizzazz. So I guess he's a creature today. Anyways, so Lex Luthor, in my opinion, this guy just looks like I don't want to cuss too much because I know, children watch the right cartoons and at movies going on. I mean, what's the difference? He looks like an a-hole a little bit. He just looks like I want Lois Lane because she's in love with Superman. I want her to be in love. I think that's the storyline anyway. Lois Lane's in love with him. And so for a regular figure, if you just wanted to build an army, build a play set for your multiverse figures, I guess he would be cool to be like the guy in the purple suit, the devil, because purple, yeah. So his facial expression, is one of them facial expressions of I almost got him, like Croc in the early Batman animated series. So let's look. So he looks down, but he looks up a little bit. He doesn't have any hair, so there's no point. He should have been able to look up a little farther. He ain't got no hair. So I do like the suit on him. I wish it was all black, but I guess, since he had a purple suit in the movie, why not bring Barney? Why not bring Barney? Purple hearts. So the articulation is pretty cool. I think, they got him down packed. He does like the actor. And so I do not like pinned elbows. I can't stand pinned elbows. As you can see, the ball joint underneath the arms right here. And some people like pinned, double jointed, knees and all of that. But I don't. I'm not a fan of it. Never have been, never will be. But it's neither here, neither there. So let's go ahead and swap his head out real quick. So this is the first facial expression right here. He just looks like he's there. There's the little pin. He even got a purple little thingamajigger. How nice. Well, hold on. This ain't good. I got it on him. It was a struggle getting him on that head ball pen. But he got this look on his face like, oh, yes, I know Vernon from Ninja Turtles. I know him. Hey, bro. I'm like, whatever. Anyways, not my favorite head sculpt of him at all, but it has more enthusiasm than anything. So let's check the third head sculpt real quick. So, this head sculpt is pretty cool, but here's the downfall. Whoever sculpted this at the McFarlane headquarters, warehouse, whatever assembly plant, they made it look like let's look at that big old gap back there. Now we gotta take some points off. I do not like that. But this is an amazing head sculpt. I even pressed down hard on the head on top of the ball pen. So they didn't carve this out right, mold it right. So we're spending almost $30 for this? Okay, there's gonna be some big points deducted. I don't like that. That is horrible. But Oh, Lord. This is sad. So this is the only reason why I don't want to put this head sculpt. Well, jeez, man. I wasted all this money for this. I just gave him back his Living La Vida Loca. I'm not quite there yet. Are we there yet? Ice Cube, Mr. Clean look, young look at a 18. Anyways, so moving on. I do like the suit and everything. The suit is pretty sharp on him, but I just don't like them pins. So that's going to be points taken off on my end for pins. I can't stand pins. Articulation-wise, let me make it a little bit wider, the screen. So honestly, you know, you got the pins. You see it big as day. Look like they were used pins. Maybe the Morgan Freeman character they had, I can't think of what his name was. Was it the older version of Lex Luthor? I can't remember. The one that came out like maybe last year or something. They used them pants again. I just recolored them. The shoes are pretty cool. They've been reused before by, I think these are Jim Gordon, Commissioner Jim Gordon shoes right here. So, you know, I'm not knocking them for reusing stuff. You got to save money for the company. And he got a fisted hand, but I think a man like him needs to have a handle on a gun or something. He's gonna always pull out a gun with kryptonite bullets, so Superman or something. I don't know. But this figure alone, he could have been he's gonna be a shelf warmer. I don't think nobody's gonna care about this figure at all. Just looking at him, it's not that I'm trying to hate on him or anything like that. It's just that he just looks like a regular bald guy with a suit. Purple rain. And just give him a handgun and call it a day. And I like the articulation though in the little tiptoes, almost like wrestling, almost the wrestling feet. So that's pretty cool right there. And he stands up pretty cool because sometimes the male figures are kind of like the female figures that got the little heels on. It's hard to stand them up, but with him, for some apparent reason, he stands up pretty accurate. So. Now let's talk about this little ugly creature right here. I don't know. He just looks like Lilo and Stitch. If you look at him real good, that's what he looks like. And he's not really. I guess his legs do. They supposed to. No, they don't. I'm lying. I thought they were supposed to move articulate, but the arms can go a little bit up and down. It's this little pet creature. I think in the cartoon he had the same creature as a pet. I can't remember the early 90s cartoon. Way back in my childhood when I was like in third, fourth grade when that cartoon came out. So, yeah, I guess they wanted to, if I'm not mistaken, I think I paid about $30 for this maybe, because I guess they want you to pay for this little ugly creature, but I'd rather get rid of the ugly creature. I just take the Mr. Clean guy and make him into my little army builder of I'm rich, Montana Max, Tiny Toons. So, overall, I give this figure, I give him a 7.5 out of 10. That third head sculpt really upset me because, like, as you can see, the head, well, he got a little gap there too. I don't like that. That's horrible. Maybe I should have kept the other one on, but it didn't do it at first, but I guess, you know, they didn't do their proper justice. This is just something they made quick and put on the shelf as a warmer, and it's going to go to Ross one day for about $7.99, maybe $10. So let's compare and contrast them to a lot of figures that I have at the moment. And set you right here, sir. Set you, you're rich. You're a rich man. You're a rich bald guy. I'm next to one of my favorite, oh my God, action heroes in movies and one of my favorite actors of all time, the guy who's reincarnated and brought back from the past to the future, Mr. Keanu Reeves, Mr. John Wick. I'm such a big fan of the John Wick series. Maybe not part 2. Was it just 4 John Wicks? Anyways, moving on. And then one of my buddies, like I really know the guy, one of my buddies from my favorite show, Stranger Things, I forget what his character. It's been so long since I watched Stranger Things. I can't remember the storyline. I just remember it was like 80s setting. But it's coming back on November. I can't wait. So I think Diamond Select makes that John Wick figure. So he's way bigger than Lex Luthor. And the Stranger Things. I can't really. Well, I can find out. Shoot, I'm just such an idiot. Who makes these figures? I'm gonna take this off screen real quick and see real quick because I can't see worth saving my life. So Netflix and TMP makes this these Stranger Things figure. They got the money, why not? And let's see who makes this John Wick figure. Because normally he would I don't really know. Oh well, let's just say John Wick makes it. How about that? So he's much taller than both of them, and him and the Netflix, the Stranger Things guy are like neck and almost. The Stranger Things guy is like taller than him a little bit. I think he stands like 7 inches. The Lex Luthor figure. It's got him next to the Suicide Squad guy. That's supposed to be Will Smith, but looks more like I can't think of that actor's name. Everybody knows who he is. He done played in just about everything. He played, what's it called? Luke on the British show. I don't know. I can't think of his name on the tip of my tongue, but y'all know who I'm talking about. He played in a lot of movies. Buff black guy. And then we got the animated series Batman over here to your left. So they're probably all about the same height for real because they're all made by McFarlane. So I'm standing next to some ladies. Wonder Woman, the Gal Gadot actress, which I think she's the perfect Wonder Woman. CGI. Anyways, then moving on, we got this Tomb Raider figure right here. It's not made by McFarlane. I can't think of who makes her, but I did a video on her maybe like 3 years ago. This is based off of Angela Jolie's run as Lara Croft in the franchise of the movies, and I thought Angela Jolie was the perfect Lara Croft. Maybe not now, but you know, back then she was. So next, I got him next to the Batman and Robin. I think it was Batman and Robin. Yeah, it was. Figures. And this was Mr. Freeze build-a set. And that's the reason why I want the whole series, because I want that Mr. Freeze. He, you know, every time I look at that character, I don't care if it's a cartoon, I think of that one song they get played. Baby, I can hear you kiss from a rose upon the grave. Ooh. I just think of that song. Who's that? Sinbad? Not Sinbad. That is, what is his name? Seal. Seal was one of my favorite singers back in the day. So I don't come and think of his name because it's been so many years. And then we got Robin. That was Chris O'Donnell's character. I'm holding him because his feet would not let him stand up for some apparent reason, which is sad. But him standing next to both of them, you know, Mr. Freeze is taller than him, so Mr. Freeze is probably, I say, about 7.5 inches to close to 8 inches. But Robin and him are neck and neck. Next to some WWE figures, elite and regular basic figures. The Damian Priest. Damian is one of my favorite. I don't watch wrestling no more, but I'm a big fan of Damian Priest. Him and Undertaker, I got them on here for a reason, because he's like the younger, pretty boy version of Undertaker. Undertaker, he just keep rolling. He can't do that no more. He better set himself down and drink insurance and let Michelle McCool cook him an omelet or two. So, you know, McFarlane figures is probably in the same, you know, height as the WWE figures and all of that. So that's why I put them right there. That's the new WWE Monday Night Wars figure with Undertaker. We keep rolling. I got him next to some bald, short guys, shorter than him. As you know, that is the TV version of Kingpin on your left side, which Kingpin to me is always supposed to be, like, I'm not going to over-exaggerate, like he's supposed to be big as a cartoon, but not that small. I think Michael Chiklis, the guy who played on The Shield and The Commish back in the 90s, if I ain't mistaken, if that's the same guy, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just thinking off the top of my brain, but then this guy over here to the right, I can't think of his name. His name's on top of my brain, but it's a rainy day, so my mind is cloudy. But, you know, they can have a bald head guy group called the Balders. I'm not making fun of nobody bald. I promise y'all. I wish I had the right shape here to be bald. So, standing next to some iconic ladies, legendary ladies, the Harley Quinn from the early Batman series in my childhood. Mr. J, how can we do this wrong? The rest in peace to the woman who played as her voice actress back in the day. Rest in peace. I can't think of her name, but it was sad to hear all these voice actors are being gone. We know the reason why. And then we got the first April O'Neil over here. To your right, this is a NECA. It was created by NECA, and a lot of people don't know that I don't care who argues with me, battles with me on this. It's not even about that. The first April O'Neil was based off the creator's deceased late wife, who was of African American descent. She was, he described in the interview. Y'all can go YouTube, watch it. Don't argue with me. Argue with him. He's the one said it, not me. So, they created her in the comic book, but neck and neck, just standing by, this millionaire's side. He's like, I want April instead of Lois. Last but not least, we got him standing next to now. Sabat, I can't pronounce his name. I don't want to slaughter it. He was the villain in the Black Adam movie with The Rock, which I did not like that movie. I thought it was horrible. It has moments, but I just didn't want The Rock to play as him. The Rock had already played enough for me over the years. And then we got him next to the Vampire Joker. And him and the Vampire Joker are like right the same height. See, I think they used the same legs for him and the Joker. And possibly, well, not the same shoes, but they reused that suit some kind of way when you look at them both. But Sabbath is massively taller than both of these guys. So, all right, everybody. So, we have it. Mr. Lex Luthor and what's that little creature called? The little shocker horse. I don't know what that creature's called. Let me look and see what he's called again. Lex Luthor and Baby Kuja from the Superman movie Multiverse, DC Comics. DC, not comics. I just want to do an extra. And as you can see, the figure, in my opinion, it can, if you want to add to your collection, I would say add it. Just to have, say you got a Lex Luthor figure, but he's a shelf warmer for me. I'm kind of disappointed that I purchased him. But still, I would say, get him if it's your choice or whatever. So, not really much to say in sparkles and sprinkles on cupcakes and ice cream with this figure, but it is what it is. All right. And as you can see, I got him a little microphone, so they're gonna do like a little duet at the end. I want to thank all my friends for subscribing to my YouTube channel, The Boy with the Pampers and the Toys. Please all make sure you like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Boy with the Pampers and the Toys. Please all make sure you like, share, subscribe to your family, your friends, and all of your enemies. Also follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter and Instagram, at The Boy with the Pampers and the Toys, and it'll be 2 at the end on X, but cool for what it is. So everybody, they're going to sing you a song called The Balder. Instead of the Baldettes would be women who ain't got no hair. Shoot-up, doo-be-doo, all the night. Shoot-up, shoo-be-doo, shoot-up, shoo-be-whoa, shoot-up, shoo-be. He said, you better not hit me. I'm going to beat you with this cane. I'm ping can. Shoo. Everybody have a good day.